Hey Pisces, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot here to do a weekly reading for you. We're going to focus on feelings. Okay, so this is going to be a longer format reading. It's going to be a 9-card spread. We're going to take a look at your feelings about yourself, your feelings about another person, another situation, however it resonates for you, because some of you are dealing with a romantic situation, some of you are not. Right here, the 3rd card is feelings about the connection, relationship, whatever it is for you. Right here, the feelings that you're experiencing that are the most sensitive, okay? The heart of these feelings. And right here is what is not clear about your feelings, okay? And right here, how these feelings are affecting you. And then these last 2 cards are a little bit about the other person or the other situation. This card is about shared feelings. This card is about how this other person is dealing with their feelings when it comes to you. All right. All right. So Pisces, that's what we have. We're going to start with you. We're going to start with how you are feeling about yourself right now. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you are making progress with something. Okay. What that something is, that is up to you. All right, we can clarify that later, but I feel like you feel you're making progress. You're putting in the effort somewhere, somehow, and that's a good thing. All right, so the next card here, how you feel about another. King of Swords. How unusual for you. So first of all, that card can be Gemini. So you might be dealing with a Gemini energy, or somebody that has Gemini in their chart. When it comes to another person, you are not necessarily in your heart space about this person right now. You are more in your mental space. You might have some witty banter with this person. You might be connecting on a mental level. You might be connecting from the perspective of information. The 2 of you might share a particular job. You might share a particular project. I feel like you're connecting on that level, which I don't say a lot. Okay, so that's interesting. How are you feeling about this connection? 4 of Wands. So this is why we're seeing the 8 of Pentacles here, and why we're seeing this energy of feeling like you're making progress. You're making progress. You're probably connecting with somebody either at work or somebody where, you could be connecting with the construction worker at who's redoing your kitchen. Okay, there's something like that that's happening here. 4 of Wands tells me that you might be seeing somebody as your forever person. 4 of Wands, I always look at this card like, you can't really see why something would end with this person. Usually, if you really think about it and you think back on your other relationships, you can really see why it was probably going to end pretty early on. And this card tells me that you really can't see why there would be an ending at any point here. All right. So I like that. All right. So as far as feelings that are sensitive for you right now, and we have the Tower. So there might have been something might have happened that was unusual, unexplained. some type of deviation in how this relationship or how this connection was going and moving, and you're sensitive about it. So if this is somebody that you work with, you know, maybe they got transferred to a different department, maybe they just went in a different direction in some way, or you're not spending as much time around this person, but you're still feeling like you're making progress. So I feel like, you know, this Tower here, you know, it's a major arcana card. So that means the universe has a hand in this in some way. So I'm going to leave that for now, and we'll come back to that. So let's look at what is going on as far as the heart of the feelings here. Wow. We have the Death card. These two cards this week have absolutely been following each other. They've come up a lot here. This is the first time that I've seen it, you know, as the heart of the feelings. So there's something here that is either transforming or you feel is ending. I don't feel like you feel that it's ending. You might feel like something is transforming. That might be why the Tower is showing up here and showing that, you know, there might be a change happening here in this connection or in this relationship in some way. This is Scorpio energy. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. Right here, we have, what is it that you're not clear about when it comes to your feelings? We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, this card has been showing up quite a bit this week too. So when this card shows up, what is it asking? You know, it's asking, you can see that she is blindfolded here, right? You can see that she has one way of thinking about this situation, or one way of thinking about this connection, relationship, one way of thinking about the feelings that are here. It feels like there might be another way to think about this situation. It's like, you know, when it comes to what you're not clear about, you don't know how to move forward. Okay, I feel like, you know, up here we have Eight of Pentacles. You feel like there's some progress being made here in the physical world. But then when it comes to how you feel about this other person, you're very connected from a mental standpoint. But when it comes to the feelings, you might be struggling with that. You might be stuck in the mental energy, Swords, right? But over here, when it comes to how you feel about the connection, you can see a long-term connection potentially with this person. And it probably comes from the fact that the two of you are connecting mentally, okay? And that is very stimulating to both of you. You know, I mean, there's nothing better than having a really good conversation with somebody. You know, if you're at a party, you know, there's so many people that will just rely on small talk. I personally can't get behind that. I can't get behind small talk. Okay. I need at least medium talk, or, you know, big talk. I mean, it's boring as hell, frankly. Small talk is boring. And small talk it really lives within the ego. And I feel like with this particular person, the communication that the two of you have it feels special to you. It feels special to them. It's definitely not small talk. Okay. You know, you are connecting mentally with this person. This person stimulates you mentally is what I'm getting, okay? So let's look at how these feelings are affecting you. We have the Queen of Wands. All right, so this is Leo energy. So far we've got, let's see, Gemini, we've got Scorpio, and now we have Leo. So this person, you might feel, brings out a side of you that you don't normally get to share, especially from a mental standpoint. This might be the person you would consider your mental match, okay? For whatever reason, it brings out something in you that you don't normally get to share. Queen of Wands, is the person that stands out in the room, the person that is very charming, very alluring, very sexy. You find the mental stimulation that you have with this person very sexy, very invigorating, very intellectual. You like it, okay? And that's why you feel there's progress, because you're connecting in this way. And it is transformational for you as far as, you might be, Pisces, you're somebody that's very mystical in your feelings. You're okay with the unknown. You're okay with the magic of romance. You're okay with that. You enjoy that. And when somebody stimulates you from a mental standpoint, I feel like it's very exciting to you. It brings out a side of you that most people don't get to see. This person would look at you as somebody that really stands out in a crowd. And you might see that person the same way. So right here, what are the shared feelings that the two of you have? Now, what is that about? Three of Swords. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit in this story at all. So Three of Swords is some type of heartbreak, some type of heartache. I feel more so that this is heartache. Heartache because, look at this. We don't have any cups. This is the first reading that I've done. I feel like that cups have not been prevalent, okay? So there's heartache here between both of you because both of you are relying on this mental stimulation between the two of you. You haven't transformed this, Scorpio, that's water energy, right? So we haven't transformed this quite yet. And that's probably why the Tower is here as well. So over here, how is this person dealing with their feelings when it comes to you? Ace of Swords. Okay, again, no cups. So this person is, I feel like they're realizing they're having that that moment of truth where they're realizing, uh-oh, this is somebody that has made an impression on me. This is somebody that stimulates me from a mental perspective. This is somebody that, I feel like I can be, who I really am, my true self. So there's heartache here because you both might be coming at this and relating to each other from a more mental standpoint. You enjoy talking to each other. You might enjoy long conversations. There's something that the two of you have in common that you can talk about forever, okay? And while it does create feelings for both of you, it also creates heartache because both of you are so distracted by whatever it is that stimulates both of you mentally. And, Eight of Pentacles is also a card of work. So you might be absolutely connecting through the work that you do. But underneath it, there's this energy of, wow, this unexpectedly could be somebody that I could actually be with. I can't imagine being with somebody that I can't have deep conversations with. Okay? You know, somebody that can't go deep and explore different topics, that would be so boring to me. And I feel like, you know, this is that type of connection. All right, so let's see what we have here. All right, what are we going to clarify? All right, so we got to clarify the Eight of Pentacles. This is you. No, I'm going to do Four of Wands. Definitely the Death card. How this is transforming. And let's do the Eight of Swords, because this card is representing what you are not clear about when it comes to your feelings, and it's because you're so caught up in your head. And then the Three of Swords, okay, which is the heartache that the two of you are sharing. So it feels like maybe this is something that really hasn't been acknowledged between the two of you yet, okay? So let's look at the Eight of Pentacles, how you're feeling about yourself. You feel like you're making progress in some way. So let's see how, oh, Five of Cups. This card has shown up in almost every single reading this week. And it shows up over here or down here. So how you're making progress. I feel like this is a situation that is helping you get over something else. So there's a loss that you've experienced recently, maybe not extremely recently, but this is somebody that is helping you to recover from somebody else. Okay? So this Two of Cups, it feels like this is a romance that is brewing. The Two of Cups is in the background, and this is a romance that is brewing. Okay, so you might be feeling pretty good. You might be feeling pretty good right now. This might have been very unexpected for you. So let's move over to this Four of Wands. You really aren't seeing why this would ever end. Judgment. Judgment. Okay. So this person in some way, like I just said, I feel like is helping you to get over something, to get over some type of loss. This is a rebirth for you. This is, you're almost seeing forever with this person, and you've barely gotten past go with this person. So the fact that the two of you are connecting so strongly from a mental standpoint is something that was probably missing in a past relationship or in a recent loss of a relationship. Whatever you were missing from the last relationship you had, this is showing up very clearly with this person. All right, so let's look at this Death card, the Scorpio, this transformation. It's a transforming energy for you. And then we have Four of Pentacles. So that's interesting. I haven't seen Four of Pentacles this week. I feel like what this is transforming is you were holding on to somebody else. You were holding on to the idea of somebody else. You were holding on to a relationship, and suddenly you realize that somebody here that's in your life that I feel like you might be spending a lot of time with. Has woken something up in you. So, what's transforming here is this is helping you to release something that you've been holding on to that hasn't been serving you. All right, so right over here, what hasn't been clear about these feelings, all right, is that you're really heavily mentally thinking about this. I feel like you're having a hard time connecting to your heart space. You might be recently divorced. You might be recently out of a relationship and you feel like this is too soon. This isn't something that I want to do. I don't want to go here yet. But nevertheless, something is building. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Okay, so I feel what it is that you're not clear about is you're actually feeling the closure. Ten of Swords. You're feeling the closure of another relationship because of a connection, a mental connection that you have right now with somebody. This might be the first time you've connected so deeply on a mental level with somebody, and it's surprisingly stimulating to you. Again, you know, we're not seeing, with the exception of the Five of Cups, we're not seeing a lot of cups here. So when we come down here to the shared feelings, both of you have some heartache over the fact that neither one of you have really shared your heart, but you're sharing your intelligence, you're sharing your shared ideas, you're sharing your intellect. Three of Swords, strength. All right, so this can be card of Leo. You might be dealing with a Leo. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. You might be dealing with a fire sign, or a Gemini. So, you know, what I feel like this is saying, swords and wands, or, you know, swords and fire energy, or air and fire energy, very masculine energy. You know, this is one of the readings that I feel like we have a lot of masculine energy here. So it's, you know, very mentally based here. We've got a lot of swords here, a lot of mental energy between the two of you. And then this strength comes up over the Three of Swords, which, you know, says this is asking you what the source of your strength is. And this is tough because your source of strength, I feel like, is coming from a masculine place right now. Whether you're a female, a male, it doesn't matter. It's coming from an ego place right now. So both of you, I feel like, are trying to impress the other with what you know, what your ideas are, what you share in common. You know, I almost feel like there's been a discussion of IQ. There's a very intellectual feel to this that's very stimulating. And I feel like what this card is saying is, because we're feeling some type of heartache between each other, this is calling for you to find your strength in this connection through allowing yourself to be emotionally vulnerable, which a lot of people aren't comfortable with. But when you really think about it, that is where strength comes from. When you allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable and you gain strength from that because you simply say what you feel, and you don't really give a lot of thought to what the other person's going to say. That's strength. Because what matters the most is what you're giving to the other person, versus even what you're receiving from them. That's strength. Not worrying about what the response is going to be. So this is coming out over what the shared feelings are here. So both of you are coming from one of two spaces. One, you know, both of you are coming from a very ego space, which I feel like is the most likely, or both of you are trying to find strength in allowing yourself to be vulnerable about your feelings. All right, so I'm going to use part of this deck that I created, which is a tarot enhancer deck. And we're going to get some clarification here. All right. So I want to do right here. This is the King of Swords. All right. So we're going to get emotional clarification here. We're going to get clarification on that Tower, which is about the feelings that are very sensitive right now. And we're going to get some clarity on this Queen of Wands, which is about how these feelings are affecting you. And then finally, how this person is dealing with their feelings right here. All right. So let's start up here. So King of Swords represents how you are feeling about another person. You're connecting in some way in a very mentally stimulating way. And then we have marriage and divorce. So this situation in some way might involve marriage and divorce. Marriage or divorce. So the reason that the two of you might be connecting in a very mental way, mentally stimulating way, is because one or both of you might be married, or one or both of you might be divorced. And, you know, again, somebody here, you, might be really getting over somebody. Barney, knock it off. Yeah. Okay. So you might be connecting through this energy. This might be something that you have in common. This might be something that you're talking about. Okay. We do have the Five of Cups here, which represents that you are, I feel like, getting past some type of loss. Okay. So as far as what is most sensitive to you, it's unexpected changes that you might be experiencing with a particular person. So what do we have here? Let's see. Look at that. Requires speaking from the heart. That's the guidance. So if there's one thing that you're not doing necessarily, and this confirms that we're probably in our ego with the Strength card down here, we're not speaking from the heart. And that is what is required here. That is the guidance. So down here, how are these feelings affecting you? I feel like they're making you feel pretty good about yourself. Okay, Queen of Wands. And then we have a details card. And it says, I love you is something that should be said every day. The flip side of this card is, I love you is said on special occasions. That's interesting. I feel like that ties to this marriage and divorce energy. You're either coming from one or the other type of situation. You might be going through a divorce or a breakup where in a previous relationship, you might have said, I love you only on special occasions. This person might be changing that for you, where you say, I love you is something that should be said every day. That might be how you're feeling about this person. And that's why Four of Wands is here and Judgment is here when it comes to this connection. That's why this is a rebirth for you when it comes to, possibly your forever person, right? All right, so over here with the Ace of Swords, this is how this person is dealing with their feelings. They're coming to terms with the truth and how they're thinking about this situation. So what do we have here? Manifesting, wow, look at that, an emotional truth. So Ace of Swords, and this person is manifesting an emotional truth. That's exactly what I said about the Ace of Swords. Okay. Now, the other side of this is a masked truth. All right. So it's either one or the other. This person is either realizing that there's a masked truth that they're realizing right now, or there's an emotional truth that they are facing when it comes to you. Okay. All right. So let's get 3 cards to possibly see what some answers are for you here with this situation. So if you have a question, you might want to ask that of Spirit right now. And we're going to pull from my Gift of Answers deck, and we'll get some answers. All right. What do we got? What do we got? Kind communication. So I don't feel like this is a problem right now. Kind communication, I feel like, is what you already have with this particular person. What do we have here? Flirtatious interaction. This might be something that the two of you are struggling with, okay? Because it is falling over the Death card and the Four of Pentacles. So, you know, you might be struggling with having flirtatious interactions with this person. Like, you both are so focused on a good conversation, you both might have trouble flirting with each other. I feel like that is something that would only benefit this situation. And then we have running away. Running away. Okay. This might be an instinct that one or both of you might have right now because of this energy down here. Somebody is making you feel emotionally vulnerable. Both of you are experiencing heartache because it's challenging to share your feelings, especially if you're connecting about this. You know, you might have connected about past situations for both of you. Both of you might have gone through challenging marriages or, you know, a challenging divorce. It might not even feel right to have flirtatious interactions, right? Because, you know, you're focusing on progress with this situation, and the progress that you're experiencing with this person is helping you get over a loss. But this Two of Cups, this mutual connection between the two of you, is still sitting in the background. So it's not in the forefront yet. So you're having kind communication. I feel like you want to have flirtatious interactions. But both of you, I feel like from an energetic standpoint, you might be running away from this a little bit. But I feel like this particular connection between you and another person can be an actual rebirth for you, because you can see this person, Four of Wands, as somebody that could be your forever. It just feels inconvenient. It might feel too soon. It might feel unexpected with this Tower energy. But just because somebody comes along quickly after this doesn't mean that they are just a transitional person. You might feel like this person is transitional, but this person is in the energy of coming to an emotional truth about you. But the two of you have a very strong mental connection, and I feel like that's where you're comfortable. But I feel like the shared energy between the two of you right now is heartache, because either you're not allowing yourself to feel something, or you're telling yourself it's too soon or something like that. Okay. All right. So, Pisces, that is what I have for you. If you're looking for a deeper, more personal reading, certainly reach out to me. If not, no worries. I will talk to you next time. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.